Mr. Krishnan, hi, good morning. Tell us a little bit more about what the performance has been like, and I'm sure the iPhone 6 and 6S would have contributed immensely to your sales this time.
Yes, as you have said, we have had a good quarter in Q2. Our revenue grew by about 8% and the profits grew by about 12.4%. Both the markets, India as well as overseas, had grown, and India has grown the revenue by about 9% and overseas by about 7%. In terms of profits, India has grown by about 8.5% and overseas by about 16.5%. So, on both revenue as well as on profits, both India and overseas have grown in this quarter, and this is, this is mainly, this increase is because of the performance of IT as far as India is concerned. If you remember, in the last 1 year or so, IT has been growing at a slower pace, but in the last 2 quarters, we have seen IT growth coming back, and we have seen a very strong growth of about 12.8% in IT in the current quarter, which is a good news for us, because that still constitutes roughly about 2/3 of our total revenue. And as you have correctly mentioned, Apple also contributed to the growth, and we have seen, even after the realignment that had happened in the case of iPhone, that Apple as a portfolio, we have grown.
Is Apple the biggest contributor and the largest share in your revenue?
Not really. In fact, we have HP, which contributes about 24-25% of our revenue, and then followed by Lenovo and then Apple. This is at the consolidated level.
IT, I would imagine you are referring to government supplies, so you are referring to what you supply to government departments, because that's one part of your business which has been volatile. I was looking at the income statement, I was scanning through some research reports in the morning.
Actually, this is a subject which we will not be able to answer you very accurately, because we don't sell directly to the end customers. We sell to the channel partners like the system integrators, like the VARs, etc., who in turn sell it to the end customers. But we have a feel. Yes, this is a segment which is yet to come up, like what we have seen in the year 2008, 2009. The government purchases hasn't yet picked up in a big way, but we could see inquiries happening. You would have observed, for GST, the contract has already been given to Infosys, and Infosys in turn, is now looking for IT procurement. So we are expecting this to turn around, and I think we are almost closer to the turnaround. In the government purchases of IT products.
Great. I have a couple of very basic questions. One is, I've read or heard of this, that at some point of time there will be a new Apple dealer also appointed in addition to Redington. Now, is this something that is true, or is this only talk in the air? That is my first question, really.
See, first of all, we cannot talk about vendor specific the numbers, but I need to tell you, in IT as well as in various other telecom products distribution, there are multiple distributors, and we have been, even still, we are the number 1 or the close number 2 distributor across many of the products. So, vendors will always, they will try to have their own distribution model, but what is important is how we play a role, how we play a leadership role in that segment. We have played that leadership role in a satisfactory form for many of the vendors for many years, and I think we should continue.
Mr. Krishnan,
yeah, yes.
Mr. Krishnan, allow me to interrupt. I have no doubts on that, but my frank point being, please correct me if I am wrong, but until now, the whole of India is your playground when it comes to Apple products. Could there be, however small and insignificant it may be, could there be a competition? That's my simple thing.
We haven't heard anything like that.
Okay.
So that's an answer, short answer to you.
Okay, that's a good clarification. The other one is, and maybe you just referred to it in your opening statement as well, this news that had come out about your Gulf subsidiary to acquire 70% of Link Plus. You probably having a lot more international plans, because I heard that one of your subsidiaries, maybe this one, is getting a license to distribute Apple products in countries outside of India as well. How large could those markets be for Redington consolidated?
See, you would have seen, our presence is across the South Asia, Middle East, Africa, and also we have made an entry in CIS, and we have a presence in Turkey. And all these markets, we have been growing well, and it played a very complementary role in terms of our overall growth. With respect to the Link Plus acquisition, India, we started the value play, the value distribution in India about 15 years back, and today we are a dominant player in that segment. And we initiated the value distribution in overseas market about 3-4 years back. That's a segment where we are focusing on more because that's a high margin segment, and that's a very interesting segment as such. And the Link Plus acquisition is towards that, where we are getting into Oracle distribution through Link Plus in the Turkish market. So, we would like to focus on the value distribution so that the overall margin levels, it grows up. With respect to the Apple contract in UAE, yes, it was a very good addition. We are very bullish about Apple as a brand, and UAE is a very interesting market for us, and we are going to have good time as we move forward as far as this relationship is concerned. And overall, it is a constant effort of us in terms of adding new brands, getting into new markets, getting into new products, and that's the reason why if you see our CAGR in terms of revenue growth in the last 8 years, it's about 18%. That stronger a growth was possible because we have been adding new brands and new verticals, and that's something which we will be continuing even in future also.
Right. I want to talk about your logistics. Right. I want to talk about your logistics subsidiary, that's ProConnect. That saw top line growth of about 50%, bottom line boost by 65%. You're guiding its contribution to overall profits doubling to 15 to 16% in the next 3 to 4 years. What support services, client value addition do you think will lead to this?
Okay. See, this is a very excellent business that we have got into. If you remember, we started this ProConnect, which is the only one subsidiary in the logistics space, about 2.5 years back, and it has done very well from the day one. And as we speak now, they have 72 outside customers, outside of Redington, and these customers are across various industries. They are in FMCG, pharma, e-commerce. E-commerce is a very important segment which they are focusing on. And they have a relationship with Flipkart, Snapdeal, they have a relationship with Reckitt Becknser, with Henkel, with Kansai Nerolac. So it's we are very gung-ho about that business, and you can see from the addition of customers that we have done in the last 3 years, from 0 to 70, you can see the customers are also happy with what we have done. It's a very highly profitable business, very highly scalable business, and we have great plans in terms of how this subsidiary will move ahead in future. And if GST gets implemented in India, which should happen anytime in the in the next 12 to 18 months, we are very confident about this business growth going forward.
For the longest time I've been tracking Redington, more than 5 years. Great brands, great distributors.
Thank you.
You got state-of-art logistics also management. But my only question for the longest time has been that why are your margins at 2%? 2% is not something which excites me. EBITDA margins are at 2%, 2.2%.
Yeah. First of all, you should appreciate that for the last 20 years, we have maintained and we have improved these margins, and there had been no fall in these margins. So that's something which is very important to tell you, because that's the margin which is there in the distribution business. And what is important is, have we consistently managed our risk? Have we consistently grown the business and still maintained this margin? The answers are yes. But in terms of are we comfortable with these margins? The answer is no. We would like the margins to go up, because that's the way where we can reward our shareholders better. So in that perspective is where we have this ProConnect, which is a good logistics initiative. We have a good after sales services network, which is a very high margin businesses, and we also have plans in terms of getting into newer verticals where our margins can be it can move up. So we are very conscious about it. You need to appreciate, even with a finer margin, we have maintained our steadiness, and we have still grown at a faster rate, and we will increase this margin as we move forward.
I'm really looking forward to the 3% mark in a few years as well, Mr. Krishnan. But for the current year, you indicated that H2 would be better. You've done about 8,300 in this quarter alone, top line, bottom line about 100 odd crores. What do you think you will end the year with?
We have been growing at a good rate for the last many years. Even during the tough time like this, we have grown. You have seen the numbers, you have seen the growth rates. You should be confident. Left to us, we will ensure our shareholders and our constituents are happy. And we are confident. I'm not putting any number to it, but you can be rest assured. We are going through some interesting periods.
Krishnan, it's good to know that you're confident, and 66.6% of the anchors in this studio use your products. So that's vindication of the work that you're doing.
And we're hoping to convert another one.
Hoping to convert the remaining 33%, I would reckon. Great, Mr. Krishnan.
Absolutely, that's our lookout.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining in. Look forward to talk to you once again the next quarter. Thanks for taking the time out.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.